for us to be live, and it's gonna be right about now that we're gonna be live on YouTube.
You hear me better?
I can hear you. I hear you better. Yes, yes, sir. Much better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. You know, like sometimes when we're with the whole group, it's hard to understand you. Just sometimes.
Don't worry.
Hey, Liana and Edward, how are you? Great to have you. Great to have you guys. Thank you for coming in.
What's new, Fa?
You are
Great.
come together. Huh?
Yeah. What's up?
What's the matter with your son?
Oh, he's better now. It was very painful. We were down at the court here in the building, and the two boys were playing, 15 and 21. 21-year-old was the one that took a jump and then landed on the foot of his brother, and then landed immediately on his ankle, and he's twisted pretty badly. And we thought that maybe it was a fracture or something like that, but apparently it's just he just strained the tendon, so it's a sprained ankle. It was pretty bad.
Sprained.
I mean,
I guess his uncle put in the watermelon, maybe.
pretty much, yeah. It's the size of a coffee table. One leg is normal, the other is the size of a coffee table. So, but anyway, he's getting better now. I mean, he's not in pain, and we did all the due diligence with the X-ray, the tomography, and apparently everything is okay. So, but he's gonna stay off his foot for about 2 weeks because that's mandatory for a sprained ankle of this kind. You know, like sometimes you twist your ankle is no big deal. You know, like in the place for Liana's, you know, culturation, whatever it is, in my town, because we're pretty pedestrian like, you know, we're salt of the earth, you know, simple-minded people. What you did when you got a sprained ankle was just like stomp it on the ground, and that was it. Stomp it down and like boom, boom, le pegó en el pie y queda listo, ya, el peluche. Hunky dory.
Yeah. In my town is equal.
It's the same thing, you know, like I don't know, maybe it's wrong, but
the name is Soandero.
yeah,
Exactly,
you went to the soandero, yeah. My grandpa was un soandero, so people came from everywhere. The guy was famous. Okay, the guy was a celebrity. Many people came from far. Just to,
magic hands.
I remember I used to watch the whole process, and so he would start like feeling, say, okay, yes, es una cuerdita, like a tendon, and then he would just, you know, like stroke it with, I don't know, like a menthol ointment, a cream or something, and he would rub until then there was a moment where he went like, and that was it.
No,
perfect.
He start to ask questions, and I start to answer the question.
You
when
forget about your foot.
Suddenly, crack.
Exactly. That's right. All right, guys. So excited to be here for another reading session. But tonight's reading is different. Tonight we're going to be reading a script.
Wow.
A script of one of my favorite TV shows, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Are you familiar with that show, Liana?
Yeah,
Curb Your Enthusiasm. This guy is iconic in American TV because he was the co-writer and I guess co-producer and co-everything of Seinfeld, which is probably the most iconic of all TV shows in America. And so this guy, Larry David, then went ahead, one step ahead even of their own game. When they pitched their Seinfeld pilot episode, it was like, okay, this is the show about nothing. And now this guy went one step ahead and he's like, okay, the show is like, whatever happens to this guy, and this guy just overreacts to everything. And it's drama, which I love. I think that drama is as much part of everyone's life as the next thing. So we need to learn drama. And this guy is all about drama. Everything that could go wrong on a specific day goes wrong, just because he's got this sort of a dark cloud hanging over him, I think. That's the way I see it. So it's a great show to watch, and it's a very easy show to watch also because you just follow this one guy around, Larry. You just follow Larry around. Some people don't like the show because the guy is outspoken, let's say that, outspoken, when for the majority of us, we wouldn't say anything, even if we felt that we should. Sometimes we just know that it's not nice, so we just stay quiet. But this guy won't stop talking and mentioning things and bringing up things that, you know, some people don't feel comfortable about, and reacting spontaneously, which is great because it's an example of what we need to know to say, which is what they don't teach in the English lessons. Okay, to react, to feel. And one more thing about this show that attracts me, it's that it's improvised. They know what's going to go down in a specific scene. What they don't know is exactly how it's going to happen in terms of language. Okay, say for example, Liana and I are gonna be dining and I forgot my wallet. Typical move, typical Latin move, right, Liana? Typical Latin guy move. So, maybe you could spot me. The money. So, but then the language, how it's gonna happen, it's not scripted. Okay, we know what's gonna happen. We know who's there. We know the gist. Do you understand the gist, everybody? The gist is the main idea, but we don't know the specifics. The specifics are, you know, right then and there when it happens, spontaneously, improvised, which is the beauty of it, because if you think about it, language is 100% improvised, pretty much, unless you're preparing for a presentation or something like that. It's improvised. You don't know how the other person is going to react. Therefore, you never know what you're going to say next. It can be as simple as, hello, how are you? If the other person says, my wife left me, you cannot go on like, oh, fine, thank you. And you, oh, wait, no, that doesn't work.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. So it's not always, hi, how are you? Fine, thank you. And you, and everything is like, you know, perfect. Anyway, wonderful. Let's read. The name of this episode is The Interior Decorator. We have used it before, but we're going to go from the top, the beginning of the show, and that's what we're going to do now. Let me show you. And so that's what we're going to be reading and feeling, because remember, feeling is the center of, the main premise of this whole, let's say, lesson plan and the effort that we're going to be putting into this project this year. It's all about how to improvise much better, every time, much better than before. So let me just show you. 1 second. Yes, right here. Okay. And I'm going to be sharing this document, okay? This is taken off the internet. It's not perfect, but we're going to make do with it, okay? I'll show you something else later. Okay, here it is. Each what do you call those? What do you call these things? Bullet. Each bullet is going to represent one person who talks. A space means kind of a change of scene or you know, like orientation or interaction with people. Right here, there's one first interaction, space, then there's another interaction, space, here's a conversation between two people, space, conversation between two other people. Okay? Number one, we assume by reading this, read that. What do you think the situation is here, Juan Carlos? What is the situation? Somebody says, hold the elevator, and then says, thanks. What is going on there?
The elevator is for close.
Is closing.
Closing, exactly. So in this moment, people arrive or come here,
Mm-hmm.
and so she put or ask the favor to take to hold down
to hold the elevator. Yeah. And you can see here exclamation point. So hold the elevator, something like that, right? And then obviously thanks, meaning that the elevator in fact was held, because you know there are people that are assholes and they don't hold the elevator for anybody. I know that it happens and it's very makes you like your day is ruined. Like Christmas even is ruined. It's like, oh, this guy, right? It happens. No, Gringo Cero is very nice, actually. Gringo Cero is actually very, very nice. Anyway, this is the first interaction. Somebody says that. Liana, would you read that as if you really meant it? Can you feel it? Imagine that you're there and you need someone to do this.
Okay. Hold the elevator. Thanks.
Exactly. Eddie, can you read that?
Hold the elevator. Hold the elevator. The elevator. Thanks.
Yeah, the elevator. Hold the elevator. Thanks.
Hold the elevator.
Geraldine, can you read that first line?
Who?
Hold the elevator. Thanks.
Exactly. Thanks. Right. Joseph, can you read that line? Maybe he's busy. Okay.
Hey, teacher.
Go ahead, buddy.
Sorry, I'm too
No
late.
worries. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm
What
also
line?
late. The first one.
Hold the elevator, thanks.
Okay, but wait a second. Did you see this? Did you see this right here? That right there? It's an exclamation point. I need a little bit more, I don't know, energy, right? A little bit more
Okay,
urgency.
Exclamation. Hold the elevator.
Nobody's going to hold the elevator like that for you, Joseph. I'm sorry. I'm being completely honest. Liana, please make me hold the elevator.
Hold the elevator.
That's it. You
Yeah.
heard that voice? Hold the elevator. It's like, I really need to go now, please. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Joseph.
Hold the elevator.
Immediately. I hold it. That works. And then please say the next thing. Joseph, thank me. Say thank you.
Sorry,
This is gone.
Say thanks, Joseph.
my signal is bad
It's okay.
for a moment.
No problem. Can you thank me? Can you thank me, Joseph? Can you say thanks?
Say
Thanks.
Say Joseph. Joseph is like my kid. So Joseph, the magic word. Thanks. There you go. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay. The next scene. This is what happens. Somebody says that, right? Somebody says this. Juan Carlos, can you read that line?
I can do it. Larry David for Dr. Lynch.
Okay. You sound a little angry and, like maybe out of breath. Yeah, probably. Okay. Gustavo Chamorro, can you read that line? Are you available right now?
Yes, sir. I can do it. Larry David for Dr. Lynch.
Exactly. Now, the next person, I want you to read this like you're more tentative. Estás como más tentativo, como que sí, no, y te das por vencido. No. Angela. Angela's probably gone. How about Aolani? Can you say that? Like, not completely sure that you can't, but you give up and you say, okay, no, read it.
¿Pronunció la segunda?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, okay. I can do it. Larry David for Dr. Lynch.
Okay. So what is the situation here, Aolani? Do you think you understand what's going on when this person says, imagine it's you. What's going on here?
Que
Where
no
are you?
puede
What's going on?
como, no puede ayudarlo.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And so where is this person? Where is this person? This Larry David. Where is he?
En un elevador. Sí, elevator.
But look at this. Larry David for Dr. Lynch.
I don't know.
Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Can anybody guess?
Is a passion.
Patient Larry David,
Patient.
right?
Ah,
And maybe
Oh.
he's where? Where is he?
In the Doctor office,
Doctor's office. And the doctor's name?
Lynch,
Lynch.
Dr. Lynch. And maybe there's something he can do. We don't know what it is. Okay. Then this is the next interaction, the next scene. Okay. In this scene, we're going to have the first speaker right here. The one that says this is Liana. Liana, you're this. Every other line is going to be Liana, obviously. Okay. Every other line is going to be Liana. And I need Diana. Diana is going to be these two lines, the second one and the fourth one. Okay. Liana opens up. Liana starts, and then Diana. Okay.
Okay.
Diana, are you
Melissa-
available?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
Yes.
Diana is available. Okay, Diana's
Oh,
available.
okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Melissa Winokur or Winokur?
Maritza?
That'll do it. Winokur. The first door on the left. We'll see you there in a minute. Or he'll see you there in a minute.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, pay attention, Diana. Just remember to pronounce this great.
Great.
I know it was weird, but yeah, it's great. Great, thanks. Okay.
Great.
What is
Great,
what is
thanks.
going on here? What is going on here? What kind of interaction is this? I think that we're still at the doctor's office, I think. Okay. What is going on here?
maybe the receptionist doesn't know how to pronounce the last name of the patient. Patient. How to say
Patient.
that? Patient. And then she pronounce whatever she wants, and give her the indication for get the office or the.
Okay, what is the indication? What is the direction that she gives this person?
The first door on the left.
How do you say that in Spanish?
La primera a la derecha.
La primera a la izquierda.
¿Verdad?
A la izquierda, sorry.
Sí, yo
A
sé
la
que siempre a
izquierda.
la derecha, siempre normalmente.
Sala del baño,
Esta a
sala
la
del baño.
izquierda. Esta es la otra derecha. Okay, the first door on the left. And what now, Geraldine, what does this receptionist person mean when he or she says, he'll see you in a minute? What is that?
Maybe the doctor is gonna take her in a minute.
Maybe
her.
the doctor will be with you in a minute. Yes, thank you. Great, thanks, you're welcome. Pretty standard. And here's the next interaction. Okay. This first person and every other bullet is going to be the same person. This is Larry David. Okay. This is Larry David. And this here is the receptionist. Who wants to be Larry? ¿Quién quiere ser Larry? Juan Carlos wants to be Larry? Okay, Juan Carlos is Larry. And then after Juan Carlos, we're going to have Eddie. Juan Carlos is going to be Larry. Larry is this one, Juan Carlos. Starts with excuse me, continues here, every other bullet, okay? Fine, good. Juan Carlos starts here. And the receptionist is going to be Liana.
Okay.
Juan
So
Carlos,
I
you start.
start with, can I help you after he reads the line?
Exactly.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Can I help you?
Could you please tell me what time is the woman's appointment was for?
Miss Winokur's 11:45.
Oh, she's after me. She's supposed to be after me.
She signed in before you, sir.
I'm 11:30. She's 11:45. Why aren't I going?
She was here first. She signed in first. We saw her.
And my appointment is for 11:30. 30.
Okay. Sir, it was just a few minutes before you. There's no need to get upset. We have a policy in this office that you are seen as you sign in.
What is it? Like a balcony? You pick a number. The first number goes.
It's first come, first serve.
When do you have that ticket? Why can I'll take numbers? Why even give out the appointments?
Sir, calm down, please.
For this police, you don't need appointments.
The policy of the office is you are seen as you come in. That way we see as many patients as possible on a given day. That makes sense, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
I understand. You're probably having a bad day. You're in pain. But that is the policy.
Do you understand this policy?
Please don't talk to her. She's busy. I get it. It's no Swiss picnic for me either.
You heard
Okay,
that?
good job, guys. Thank you very much. All right, excellent. Maybe I should break it up here, maybe, because there's another person there. Wonderful
Performance.
job. Very
The-
wonderful job.
The
Suggestion.
performance of the energy is for me.
Yeah, no, it's
the colleague people.
energy. Energy is important. Another thing is pay attention. In real life, conversations are not a clean give and take. Sometimes conversations, one person interrupts another person mid-sentence. Okay, so probably the receptionist can say, she signed it before you, so I'm 11:30. She's 11:45. Where did I go? She was here first. She signed in first. We saw her, and my appointment is for 11:30. So you're interrupting each other. Okay, that's more or less what you can expect when you see the ellipsis or the ... Okay, that this happens in conversation. It's completely normal. I'm not gonna say acceptable because that's impolite sometimes, but there is no choreography for any conversation. Like I said before, it happens spontaneously. And sometimes you don't know where the break in the other person's speech is going to come. And sometimes you just don't want to let the other person finish their sentences either, because you're obviously upset. And here in this situation, if you didn't get it, I want you to get it. Larry David is upset. Why? Because the other woman, I mean, the girl, Ms. Winokur, went in to see the doctor before he did, but his appointment was before her. How does he know? Because Larry asked the receptionist, and the receptionist says 11:45, and Larry says, but I'm 11:30, and this is where Larry gets angry. He's upset. And I know, maybe this happens to you, and you're like, okay, I'll wait. Yeah, but not Larry. And that's what is magic about, that is what is awesome about this TV show for you students, because you appreciate the full range of expression in communication. And communication is not, real communication, real life is not ideal. Is not perfect like it's in anybody's imagination. It's just what it is. And it's clearly imperfect, but that's the way communication is, and that's what makes communication so rich. And if you are inclined, enjoyable, I think. Case closed. Let's go on. This time we're going to repeat it because I think this interaction is very rich, especially because of the emotional charge that is in there. I like it because Larry is upset, and the receptionist obviously also gets upset if you read between the lines. I need another Larry and another receptionist.
I want to be Larry.
By the way, Juanca and Liana, awesome job. Great. Liana, when we watch the segment of the episode in a minute, you're going to see how much like the receptionist you actually sounded, which is great because you could cast for a movie too, or a TV series. You're fantastic. Great voice, great modulation and everything. Great
Thank you.
Great
Character.
Great
Amazing
character. Amazing. True. I mean, like these are things that, like when we are doing this kind of exercise, this is not just for English students. I mean, like you're really kind of testing something. In the case of Liana, obviously she's not learning any new English, but she's noticing that she's great at doing this in like a voiceover sort of deal.
I feel that I watched the series in this moment when Liana.
I know, right?
I feel that.
Yeah. The resemblance is uncanny, the voice and everything. That was
I guess
fantastic.
I've been in
Liana.
that
Great job.
situation too many times.
You have on that end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, both.
Both. Okay. You've been a receptionist too,
Yeah, like years ago.
and you had to tell people
Great.
Deal with
what it's
difficult
like.
people. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. I know it's not Swiss picnic for me either. Lovely. All right, great. So then we have Eddie being Larry. Who wants to be the receptionist? I need a lovely voice, feminine, hopefully. Masculine also works. Who wants to do it? I'm not looking at you, so you have to. And many of you have your cameras turned off. I don't know why. I don't know why. I understand that maybe Gustavo Chamorro is at work, maybe, because he usually is. But for the rest of you, there's no excuse for you to have the camera off. No excuse. Remember, having your camera on is being available to play. And we are here to play. You're not there. There's no way to play with you. Game is over. All right, so please make yourself available if you can. If you can't, I understand. Okay, let's play. Eddie, you're Larry. Who's the receptionist?
I can try.
Geraldine, try. I don't think so. You're gonna do it great. Let's do it. Geraldine is a receptionist. Larry is played by Eddie. Let's do it. Go.
Excuse me.
Can I help you?
Could you please tell me what time the woman's appointment was for?
Miss Winnicur's 11:45.
She's after me. She's supposed to be after me.
Oh, well, she's signing before you, sir.
And 11:30. She's 11:45. Where I going?
She was here first. She's signing in first. We saw her.
And my appointment is for 11:30.
Sir, it was just a few minutes before you. There's no need to get upset. We have a police in this office that you are seen as you sign in.
What it is, like a bakery. You pick a number. The first numbers go.
It first come, first serve.
Why do you have a ticket? We can all take numbers. Why even give out the appointment?
Sir,
Vamos a apagar ahí, porfa.
calm down, please.
¿Te quitaste el diente?
For this police, you don't need appointments.
Ay, amor.
The policy
para
of the
la cama,
office
bueno.
is you are seen as you come in. That's why we see as many patients as possible on given day. That makes sense, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
I understand. You're probably having a bad day. You are in pain, but that is the policy.
You understand this policy?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Please don't talk to her. She's busy. I get it. It's no Swiss picnic for me either.
Did you hear that? Unbelievable.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
We're cutting there. Thank you very much. I know you're getting in character. You know, you're in the character. Great, wonderful job, great job. Let's visit a couple of pieces of vocabulary. Okay. How do you pronounce this, Liana? Right here. This.
Could you?
Exactly. Did you notice that the way she pronounces it? Can you pronounce that again, please, Liana?
Could you?
Yeah, and pay attention. She pronounces ju. Could you? Ju. That sound ju comes when you blend the d sound and the y sound from the u. So together is could you. You could also say could you, but that would be not every day. I don't know under what circumstances you would be so emphatic. Could you shut up? I don't know, maybe. So could you is the most common pronunciation for the sounds together. Could you, as if it were one single word. Okay. What else can be tricky? Maybe maybe phrasal verbs.
Policy,
Okay.
policy, thanks.
Policy was tricky. How do you pronounce that phrasal verb, Liana?
Signed in.
Signed in, right? And pay attention to the linking. Din. Can you pronounce it one more time, Liana?
Signed in.
Signed in. Okay. So the D moves over to meet the in and sounds din. Signed in. Signed in. The in tends to be a little bit higher too in intonation, doesn't it, Liana? Like signed in. Dun. Okay. And we have just a few minutes before they need to get upset. And yeah, there was the word policy. How do you pronounce that, Liana?
Policy.
Yeah, pay attention. The stress is on the first syllable, pa. The last syllable, because it ends in a vowel sound, e, tends to be a little longer. So this word has the cadence or intonation more or rhythm pattern, more or less like ta-ta-ta, policy, ta-ta-ta, policy, okay? With clearly the syllable in the middle being the one that is completely almost like turned off. Look. Pa has got what I call character, pa, and then and then C, policy, okay? Eddie, can you pronounce policy for me?
Policy.
Sounds beautiful. Policy. All right, let's take a look at some vocabulary now. Anything that catches your attention. I like this. This is very functional. Okay, she's supposed to. He's supposed to. I'm supposed to. What's the meaning of that?
In Spanish and English?
Either one. We understand both.
Is she supposed to?
It's like I imagine that.
It's a turn. It's before that.
Ella está supuesta a estar después de mí.
Isn't that like Spanglish, though, Angela? See, I don't say that, but you're right. I heard that. I heard that a lot in the States. So I'm for a moment, I'm thinking that maybe that's literally Spanglish, where we see something or we hear something a lot, so we adapt it to Spanish. But really, in Spanish, in my Spanish, yo nunca diría, yo estoy supuesto a ir primero que antes de ella.
Se supone que estaba.
Se supone podría ser lo más próximo, pero yo ni siquiera diría se supone, yo diría, pero yo soy primero que ella, así declarado de frente. And when you have to clarify, maybe it's good to use the supposed to just emphasize that it was made public or official, or the doctor told me, or I knew it was the understanding. Why did he change it? She's supposed to be after me. O sea, se supone que ella va después de mí, ¿cierto? O ella va después de mí, un poco más fuerte. Pero se supone que va después de mí, ¿cierto? She's supposed to. Pay attention that the functional part of this is como yo tengo, o ella tiene, o tenemos que hacer esto así porque ya se convino. We have to do this way because we agreed on this. Or also, when you feel that you have to do something or she has to do something because somebody else decided. For example, there's a slight difference between saying, I have to go home early. Ejemplo, tengo que irme para la casa temprano. Estás en una fiesta. I have to go home early. ¿Qué significa eso? Que tienes compromisos y esto y lo otro, pero es tu decisión. Cuando tú dices, I'm supposed to be home early, quizás allí hay otra persona que tiene esa expectativa, por ejemplo, tu esposa. ¿Sí? Entonces ahí como que cambia la perspectiva. Si tú dices, I have to go home early, it's all on you. If you say, I'm supposed to go home early, you are more or less implying that there's another person that has that expectation or decided that that was what you were going to do. Do you understand that, guys? ¿Sí entienden? O sea que cuando uno
So-
dice she's supposed to, es como que estás implicando allí que una persona con autoridad u otra persona por fuera de quienes están hablando fue quien decidió eso. O sea, eso lo organizaron ustedes, supuestamente. Not me, it's not my decision. So why are you changing stuff? Is that clear?
It's clear.
For example, every time that you say that you have to do something at work, maybe you could also say, oh, I'm supposed to do this, meaning somebody else told me to do it, my boss, for example. Yeah. If I go to a place, if I go to Eddie's place, yo voy a la casa de Eddie y yo digo, oh, I'm supposed to pick this up for Eddie. ¿Sí? Uno no diría, estoy supuesto a recoger esto para Eddie, no. Sino que, vine aquí a recoger. Eddie me mandó, por ejemplo. Y eso se puede simplificar con I'm supposed to pick this up for Eddie. ¿Ya? Eddie me mandó. I'm supposed to es que alguien tiene esa expectativa puesta en mí. Generalmente alguien en autoridad.
Pero para este caso es un cronograma, una agenda.
Sí, está agendado por alguien.
Está
O sea,
hablando
por
de
el
un
mismo
tercero.
consultorio.
Está hablando
Exacto,
de
un tercero.
Es un tercero que interviene dentro de una decisión previa.
Exacto.
Una acción.
Eso es, hay un tercero. Ese tercero es quien hace que aquí la crítica se valide, porque yo no dije que fuera a esta hora, ustedes fueron, entonces ¿por qué cambió? She's supposed to be after me. Esa es la crítica allí. Presten atención a esto tan interesante. Liana, are you still there? Or did I bore you out of your senses?
No, I'm here.
Liana, why do you, is this possible? Aren't I? How do you feel about this?
Why aren't I going?
Yeah. Is it normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, aren't I is a substitute for what?
Or not. Or
Yeah, it
why
would be
or
more
not.
like, am I not, right?
I'm not.
Which is too emphatic. Si ustedes piensan con I, siempre vamos a tener am, right? That's like the match. Ese es como lo que va con I, ¿cierto? Uno siempre dice I am, uno no dice I are, ¿verdad? Pero hay una excepción con este tipo de preguntas. La pregunta interrogo negativa con to be, muchas veces en lugar de ser I'm not, que exige que se parta y que suena muy enfática porque cuando separamos la partícula not, suena muy impactante, muy fuerte, muy remarcado, muy imperativo. Entonces preferimos utilizar aren't. Porque am't no existe. La contracción am con not no existe. Entonces, en ese caso se prefiere utilizar aren't con I. O sea, yo tengo ahí dos posibilidades. Puedo preguntar, why am I not going in first? Why am I not going in first? Que suena muy fuerte y muy, ¿qué le diría yo? También como muy rudo. Why am I not going in first? ¿Sí? Ahí ya saqué el gas mostaza, ¿sí o qué? Pero aquí, para neutralizarlo un poco más, why aren't I going first? Why aren't I? ¿Sí? Is that clear?
It's just in the first person because I'm not, is not have the link. No have the
I'm
link.
not en preguntas no se utiliza a menos de que sea muy enfático y muy fuerte. ¿Sí? Incluso, presten atención que hay un segmento de la gramática en el inglés que versa de lo que se llama tag questions. Tag questions son preguntas que se utilizan al final de las oraciones como para verificar en algunas ocasiones. Como cuando tú dices, wait a second, Liana is from Pennsylvania. No, it's from Philadelphia. Liana is going to kill me. Liana is from Philadelphia, isn't she? Isn't she? Ahí verifico, isn't she? ¿Sí o no? Isn't she? Eso se llama un tag question. Cuando el tag question es de mí, por ejemplo, I am not in this class. Sorry, I am in this class. Yo estoy en esta clase. Aren't I? ¿Sí o no? No digo yo, am I not, sino aren't I. Ese aren't I se utiliza en tag questions. ¿Sí? O sea, para no decir, yo estoy en esta clase, ¿sí o no? Yo estoy en esta clase, ¿sí o qué? In English, you would say, I am in this lesson, I'm in this class. Aren't I? Aren't I? Yeah, that's the way it is. Questions, comments, concerns. No? Everything hunky-dory? Everything clear? Clear as mud?
Everything is clear.
Clear
Teacher,
more
I
than the
have a
Medellín
question.
River.
¿Qué fue?
I have a question.
Yes.
I got the explanation about the aren't I, but we can use aren't she or aren't he,
Oh,
or
no, eso no. No, únicamente es
for
para
I.
con I. Sí, aren't I.
Okay.
Aren't you, obviously. Aren't you, aren't they, plurales.
Yeah.
Pero para la tercera persona siempre es isn't she, isn't he, isn't it. Pero es con esa excepción, porque no existe aren't. No existe la contracción con am. Que utilizamos aren't. Y es lo que están viendo acá. Why aren't I going? Okay. She signed in first. We saw her, and my appointment is okay. She's for you. There's no need. Okay, I like this. I like this. Why don't you remember this and keep it? See, there's no need to get upset. There's no need to get upset. I like that. Me gusta. No hay necesidad de enojarse, right? Can you read that, Geraldine, for us?
There's no need to get upset.
I like it. Good. We have a policy in this office. Don't forget the policy. Do you know how to translate policy into Spanish, Liana?
It's almost the same.
It is, not, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's the same as politics.
Politics.
Politica.
Oh, really? Politica.
Yeah, it is. We have the same word for both.
Really?
Yeah. Politica as politics, and then policy también es política.
Okay.
Política empresarial.
O
Que es como la
reglamento.
norma,
O
el
reglamento.
reglamento. Okay. So I want you to remember that phrase because it's very it clarifies. It clarifies. It's going to help you explain a few words. Okay? Because people are gonna have a question like, but why? Okay? At a place, private business, etc. People are not going to be happy with something. But then you simply explain, well, we have a policy here. We have that policy here. We have this policy here. That's the policy here. Es la política de la empresa y ya ahí termina la discusión. Si alguien dice, pero ustedes por qué no hacen dos filas? Sir, we have a policy. There's one single line, you wait for your turn. ¿Sí? Entonces es muy chistoso porque Larry ya entra a un esquema que es cultural. He starts, talking culturally. Aquí en Colombia, Liana, everywhere you go to the bank. I just came from my son's appointment, like to see the doctor, and they give you a ticket with a number. So and you look at the screen and you know when your turn is up. But that is not common in the States. I mean, not at doctors, but Larry knows that that's common at a bakery. ¿Sí? O sea, para él, la idea del ficho que se coge en Colombia, que se toma un ficho en Colombia, para él únicamente aplica a una panadería. Pero para nosotros en Colombia, a bakery would never have a ticket, a number, right? Nunca tenemos un tiquete para ir a pedir el pan en la
Es el que
panadería.
hable más duro.
Eso, entonces, exacto. Entonces, algo cultural, es very interesting. That is his criticism. La crítica de Larry es que él dice, pero, ¿qué es esto? ¿Una panadería? What is it, like a bakery? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Una panadería? O sea, literalmente, la pregunta en español crítica Y sarcástica es, ¿y eso qué es? Pues una cafetería, ejemplo. And in English, with the same tone, what is it? Like a bakery? What is it? Like a bakery? Sí, ¿y esto qué es? Pues una cafetería, ok.
Tienda, es una tienda, ok.
Una tienda de barrio, ok. Okay, phrasal verb, give out appointments. Don't forget, give out appointments. That's what people do at doctor's offices. They give out appointments, okay? Another phrasal verb that is very common, calm down. Can you pronounce that word, Liana, for us?
Calm.
Do you pronounce the L or not? Some people do, some people don't. Do you?
Calm. Calm. No, I don't think so.
You don't, right? You don't pronounce the L. La L antes de M generalmente es muda. L before M normally in English is silent. Almond, calm, salmon. You don't pronounce the L when it's before M. So here you pronounce, some people pronounce calm, some people pronounce calm, and some people even pronounce the L. Algunos dicen calm. Some people, but that's very few, I think. I think I hear more calm and calm. Calm down or calm down, depending on the accent. Can you repeat it one more time for us, Liana?
Calm.
Calm. And it's long. Pay attention to that. Presten atención. Es un sonido largo. No es come. Because that would be confusing. Come? Where? Calm is long. Pay attention that in English, this is very important. The length of sound can change the meaning of a sound. If you say come, or something to that effect, it's like venga. But calm, largo, is cálmese o calmado. Yeah? Cálmese, esa instrucción directa, el imperativo es calm down. Normally, calm down. Aquí en este caso, sir, calm down, please. Okay. I like this very much. Don't you? Yeah. This is on the counterattack. Cuando vas al contraataque, dice, that makes sense. Y lo enfatizas, doesn't it? That makes sense. ¿Tiene sentido o no? Tiene sentido. That makes sense. And then the other person potentially can feel or can be made feel stupid. See? Okay, makes sense. Whatever. Yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you're forced to, more or less, you're always forced to accept. That makes sense. Cuando la gente saque esa carta, that makes sense. Normalmente, como que, okay, yes, makes sense. Pero no Larry. Not Larry. Larry said, no, it doesn't make any sense. No tiene ningún sentido. No tiene lógica. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Cada palabra extra representa un punto más en la escala de drama. Si usted dice, it doesn't make sense, it's not as dramatic as if you say, it doesn't make any sense. And it's even more dramatic if you say, it doesn't make any sense at all. Or even if you use a longer word, it's even more dramatic. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Right? And then you can put the F word somewhere. Which is my favorite, by the way. But I'm not going to say it because we're on national TV. I want to, I got this self-aggrandized image of me. I understand, says the woman trying to calm him down. You're probably having a bad day. I like this. I want you to steal it. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're probably having a bad day. Quizás, pues, no, es un día, hoy te salió todo al revés. I'm sorry. And she explains, you're in pain. That's the policy in this office. That's it. Sorry. Okay, let's watch the video, shall we? Or shan't we? Shall we or shan't we?
Shall we?
Shall we? Okay, we shall.
Shall
We shall. Yes, we shall. Hopefully they're not going to take us down because, but it's YouTube. Come on, I don't know what the deal is, with being so anal about copyright. Anyway, so let's try it. Let's try it. Here is the video. Okay. Are you seeing the video?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me share sound. 1 second. Let's stop Safari here, maybe. All right, guys, here's what you read. Listen.
Larry David, Dr. Lynch.
Melissa Winokur or Winokur?
Marissa.
Oh, that'll do it.
Winokur.
Right here, first on the left. Dr. Lee, to see you in just a minute.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Excuse me,
Can I help you?
could you please tell me what time that woman's appointment was for?
Miss Winokur, it's 11:45.
Well, she's after me. She's supposed to be after me.
Well, she
I'm
signed in before you, sir.
I'm 11:30. She's 11:45. Why aren't I going
I know,
ahead of
sir,
her?
but she was here first. She signed in first, so we saw her.
Here first. And my appointment is for 11:30.
Well, sir, it was just a few minutes before
few
you.
minutes?
There's no need to get upset. We have a policy in this office that you were seen as you sign in. That's
What is
the
it?
policy
What is it
of the
like a
office.
bakery? You pick a number and the first number
Yes,
goes.
basically it's first come, first
So
served.
why don't you just have a little ticket? We can all take numbers instead of
That's
even.
not how it
Why do you
works,
even
sir.
give
You
out the
sign in.
appointments? You don't even
Sir,
need
just calm
appointments.
down, please.
No, seriously, for this policy, you don't need appointments.
Sir, the policy of the office is you are seen as you come in. That way we see as many patients as possible in a given day. That makes sense, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense
Well,
at all.
I understand. You're probably having a bad day. You're
I'm
in
not-
pain, but that is the policy of this office.
Do you understand this policy?
Please don't talk to her. She's busy.
Woo!
I get it.
Very
It's
nice,
no Swiss
very
pick.
nice. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that is it. That's what you read. Okay, that is it. What do you think? ¿Qué piensan?
It's a funny
Comments.
situation.
But even if it's funny or fun or ridiculous or whatever, it's real and it happens a lot. Only that we're not Larry David and we're normally not so vocal. We're like, okay, I'll wait. Life is a bitch, but I'll wait. But you don't go bitching and moaning and complaining in front of people because we think it's not nice, right? I mean, yeah, it's not nice, but sometimes somebody's got to do it. And the funny thing is that when that happens, we enjoy it. Like, eso, güey, puta, eso. Así le dijeron como es que era. And we enjoy it. Yeah. But we don't do it. But we're just waiting for somebody to scream and yell and complain loudly. And we like, and now that we have the phones always with us, we're like, making videos to post them later. Yeah. But yeah, people throw tantrums everywhere. I mean, some people more than others. Okay. I prefer to keep my peace of mind. My wife, on the other hand, she's a pit bull. She's Larry David on steroids. It's phenomenal. I enjoy watching my wife go at it with people because people don't have any idea. I mean, my wife is really, really brava. Very, I mean, like, she's a headache because if you're very angry too and you're also very bravo, she's going to wear you down. She has all the time in the world. That's the way it feels. And she tires you until you're like, okay, señora. It's funny. I have many stories and I love it. She's my tutor. She's my teacher. I watch her. I study everything, the movement of the hands, the shoulders. How does she do it? I'm always mystified. Siempre es para mí un misterio. ¿Cómo lo hace? O sea, lo que hace, yo digo, ¿cómo? No, esta vez sí no. Y yo la observo, pero ¿cómo lo hace? How does she do it? She's a natural. I don't. I lose patience. I lose concentration. I lose focus. I'm like, blah, blah, and that's it. Pongo problema nada más ahí, táquete, chao. But my wife keeps going at it until finally people say like, okay, you're right. You win. And she wins. Anyway, so this is very interesting, this reading. We're going to have this kind of reading once a week. And every time I want you to feel like you're in character and you need to read like it's really happening, even though we're just reading. Okay? Questions, comments? It's also important to understand the language. Probably I phrased that incorrectly. It's important to understand the language, but also very important, you need to pay attention to what is going on with the whole body thing. Okay, what I mean by that is this. Okay, that. You see this? You see this? Chin down and forehead all creased up. So that means that the eyebrows are up and the chin is down. What is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is like, really? Really? You think I'm going to buy into that? You're nuts. You're definitely crazy. Okay, this is what this is disbelief, even dismay, frustration, major upset right there, right? And you can see it, the inclination of the face, chin down, eyebrows raised, forehead all creased up. This sends a message. And the message comes also out in words. No, it doesn't make any sense. And the movement of the head, everything, shoulders, hands, everything. I've been studying this with my wife. She has something. She hits herself. Ella se pega. En la pierna sobre todo. Táquete. And people are, okay, ma'am, sorry. Se pega. Y entonces, so all I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to just entertain. I want to leave a message. When you watch an episode of your favorite show, watch it a second time. If it's a favorite episode, if you enjoyed it, God bless you in America. If it's a favorite episode of yours, watch it again. And probably turn the captions off this time, the second time, so you can appreciate the mechanical presence of people. When I say mechanical, is how the shoulders move, how the face, the head, everything, how it moves, the hands, where are they? Okay? Because that's important. Because believe it or not, our body is full of buttons, and those buttons activate language. So language is spontaneously remember the moment something happens in our body. My iconic example is you come to my place, you by accident, you I don't know, you point an elbow out, you take your elbow out somewhere in the one direction, you knock down something that is an heirloom in my house, like a lamp. Quiebran ustedes una lámpara con el codo por accidente. Y lo primero que hacen algunos es esto. Right? I don't know, you learned that. Believe it. You better believe it. You learned it. Somebody did it when you were a little kid. You don't remember who it was, but you picked it up just like that. Broke something, go like this. Other people would go like this. Other people, the ones that played soccer, like Juan Carlos and I played soccer when we were growing up, sticks a leg out. Sticks your foot out. Uno saca el pie para tratar de que no pegue duro en el piso to break the fall with the foot. That's for the soccer players. Invariably, be it this or that or the foot, that movement activates spontaneously a piece of language, most likely a strong piece of language. In Spanish, hueputa, example. Yeah, it's activated by movement and it's completely spontaneous and it was learned. You copied it off of someone that you know probably, but you don't remember when it happened and how it happened. It happens, it's natural. So exercise that same muscle that you used when you were a kid to pick up language by seeing how people do language. Language is not just in the mouth, as you can see here. And that's why I suggest Curb Your Enthusiasm, because you can see those peaks in emotion, those peaks in sentiment, and then the body becomes so obviously involved, and the language that comes out is a choreography. And believe me when I say the language comes from the body. If somebody says, hueputa, and then goes like this, I know, oh, you did it on purpose. You broke it on purpose. First is the body, then comes the language. That's how you know good actors from bad actors too. Sometimes you come out of the movies and you're like, no, pero super mala actriz. Terrible actress. I couldn't concentrate. I lost my focus because no, era muy qué?
Flat.
Muy falsa.
Flat. Lana.
Yeah. And what happens is that sometimes it's just the fact that the language component came a little after the body, and so no, or first, I don't know, the other way around maybe. And then you're like, I mean, like you have that in your mind. It's not available. Now that I mention it, maybe you think about it, but you never thought about it maybe. But we have it in there somewhere. We understand exactly when people are lying, when people are telling the truth, when people are really meaning something. And that's what we need to learn by watching. That's what we need to learn to do as well when we're learning the language. Eventually, you watch the episode with subtitles, then without subtitles, paying attention to body, head, face, shoulders, hands, everything. Pay attention, take stock of the whole thing. Take inventory. Then as a final means to practice, do the dishes. My favorite, because my wife approves. I do the dishes, and in the meantime, I listen to the same episode. What happens is a miracle event. It's a miracle. I'm gonna repeat for Liana, just kidding. It's a milagro, Liana, it's a milagro. You're washing the dishes, listening to the same episode, and guess what happens? The images load up to your brain. You see the image by means of sound, which is a declaration of independence from text. And that makes you obviously more fluent and more comfortable in the language. With that, I close. Case closed, caso cerrado. Dijo la doctora Polo. Thank you very much for being here.
Fab, I have to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Or maybe remember something. You still haven't posted the vignette for Monday.
You're right. Right now. I'll do it right now. So you have very little time and no way to waste time. Yeah, I completely, yes. Today I'll do it. I was going to do it this morning and then this happened and that happened. And yeah, sorry. But yeah, I'm going to do it. So you have the weekend to do it. Liana, amazing. Thank you very much. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. It's an act of generosity because we know that you have better things to do than being here with all these people.
Not really.
Thank you, Liana.
Maybe
But
not.
you're welcome.
Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't have any plans. But anyway, whatever it is, Liana, thank you very much because that's very generous of you and we enjoy you a lot.
Yeah, I enjoy it too.
Thank you very much. Geraldine, Eddie, Diana, Vilma, Gus, Angie, Paula, Juan Carlos, let's pray to the Lord in heaven that our video doesn't get taken down because we played Curb Your Enthusiasm for a couple of minutes. All right, guys, thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow for pronunciation lesson. Pronunciation.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Fab. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Liana.
Good.
Bye. Bye.